because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncer's gilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Blast. New system for you, this 2-mic system.
I know, I feel like I'm about to break out in song. Am I interviewing you? But we just can't see. I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Who do you think is the best promoter in the UK right now?
Not answering that question.
Okay, thank you very much, Umar Warren, for coming today.
Nice to see you, Frank.
Good to see you, mate.
Where's your sponsored drinks?
San Pellegrino. Get it from all local convenience stores. And a nice latte as well.
You've turned into Eddie Hearn.
I know. I'm not getting paid though. I haven't quite made the pay scale yet, mate.
What was his one? It was in Hull, I think. Oh, the strawberries. I think for a
Strawberries.
Luke Campbell fight.
Oh yeah, he was good at that. To be fair, he's a good market tradesman.
Is that all he is?
No, he's got many other. His men's health column is very good as well. You know, for all the over 50s out there like him going through, you know, trying to lose weight, he's doing.
To be fair, you look in good shape.
I know I haven't got abs yet, but apart from that, I'm doing all right. I've lost 20 pounds, so pure muscle now.
Good to hear. Well, I'm sure you'd have shed a bit of weight in Abu Dhabi. It's hot out there. How was that? I'm guessing there were discussions around Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Frank, what can you tell us?
Yeah, look, we're working through it now. We've obviously had discussions ongoing in Abu Dhabi for a long time now. We obviously did our first show there back in November, working through not just that fight but broader plans as well. You know, grassroots of boxing there. So, but that was a key talking point. Discussions are going well. Hopefully, have some news soon on it. It's a massive fight. We all want to make. There's no hiding from it. It's a fight that everyone wants. So let's see.
What other type of fights are Abu Dhabi looking at? Like, how would you get the right mould for a fight and a card for Abu Dhabi? What do they actually want?
Yeah, look, they're obviously driven. Our work is with the DCT, the Department of Culture and Tourism, so it's driven by tourists, and that's where that's what they want us to attract. I think Eubank Ben is a fight that will drive a huge audience from the UK and surrounding areas, especially with the massive expat community out there. So, that's the push for us. There's lots of fights we're looking at. Could be the winner of Bivol against the winner of the Beterbiev Smith fight against Bivol. Could look to do the undisputed fight. There would be a massive fight. We've put forward a load of options to them. I think Eubank Ben is a fight that makes a lot of sense out there, and that we'll keep pushing that.
Let me ask you about Dimitri Bivol. I know you're close with Vadim and those guys. Their reason for not taking the fight with Canelo is they've got the same offer, they've said. And obviously Bivol's beaten Canelo in the first fight, so they're not overly happy with that. What do they in terms of feedback about that, what do they tell you?
I think Bivol's an interesting character. He's sort of led by legacy. He wants the big fights. He wanted the Beterbiev fight as well. He wanted to make that undisputed fight. We're meeting up with him next week. He's in New Orleans, got Giasov fighting, so he's there as part of the team. So we've got a meeting with Vadim and Bivol out there. I think he has a value and that he wants to hit, and it's trying to make it work for all parties. And that's the conversation that's ongoing now. So we'll see what happens. There's maybe still opportunity, but there's work to be done for sure.
Well, Sonny Edwards has got his work cut out tomorrow night, obviously against Campos at Wembley Arena. We all know what's in the pipeline potentially if Sonny comes through, but expecting a dazzling matchroom debut from Sonny tomorrow?
Yeah, look, Sonny he's a tremendous fighter and someone we wanted when it came out that he was available. We've been on a great run of signing fighters, and signing Sonny Edwards, a British world champion. There's not too many of them. He was a name we've been looking at for a long time. So delighted to get him on board. And one thing with Sonny, he wants to take the big fights. Campos is not an easy fight for him on Saturday night. It's going to be a test, but I believe, Sonny's one of the best British fighters today, and he's up for the big fights. He wants to fight Jesse Rodriguez. He wants to fight, whether it's Estrada. He wants all of those fights. The BAM fight is one we're working on towards the end of the year, and hopefully we can make that happen for him.
He's adamant they won't get in the ring with him.
I think it will happen. There's a bit of work to be done, but I'm confident that we can get it over the line. Like I say, it's a massive fight, the Jesse fight, and it's two of what people determine as well. They're not prospects at all. They're world champions, but as in those two coming together is a fight that people will look forward to.
Right, let's move on to the heavyweights. So a couple of weeks ago, obviously, an offer was sent to you guys from Frank Warren, George Warren, about Fury, Joshua. I know Freddie Cunningham and two like that met George, and essentially said we've got the August and December plans. That's at the forefront of our minds. So we know now an offer has come in from Saudi Arabia for the December fight against Deontay Wilder. Is there anything you can tell us about that offer?
Not yet. I'm meeting actually some of the Skill Challenge team tomorrow. I'm meeting Chisora. I've got dinner with Chisora tonight, but then I'm meeting some of the other team in London tomorrow as well. You know, the key is for us, we want to make the mega fights. Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua is a fight that's long been spoken about. The Tyson Fury fight is as well. But at the same time, we have to look out for Anthony Joshua's career. Tyson Fury does a lot of talking. There's so much talking in the heavyweight division that maybe has been detrimental to actually making fights in the past. You know, we've spoken about all these things and they've never come to fruition.
But would you not say in the last few weeks it's actually been, we didn't really know about it until a couple of weeks ago, so I'm guessing George and someone from Matchroom were having discussions about that fight. No one had any idea actually.
Yeah, it was quite quickly came out not long after the communication came through. But you know, we've always been set, as Eddie said.
Oh, light's gone. Do you want me to quickly get a light? Right, just picking us back up. I've not cut anything out. You did see the light went, so we got you bright again.
No, I told you to take out the bits where we had the conversation about the thing and that.
Don't say that. People will believe it. Yeah. So, summarise why that fight hasn't been accepted on your side.
Because the focus for us right now, and has been for a long time, is to make an August fight and then a December fight against Deontay Wilder. But things are still being worked through. There's work to be done on all sides. You know, I kind of think, again, like I just said in the bit that you didn't cut out, there's so much talking. Let's just work to try and make big fights happen. Our aim is to make the biggest fights possible for Anthony Joshua. I feel like Tyson Fury does a lot more talking than actually delivering. And look, we want to make the Deontay Wilder fight, and we think that's a massive fight. So, you know, that's been the focus, August and December for us.
What would your response be from their side in that? You know, AJ's been about fighting the best, etc., and Tyson Fury's knocked out White and Wilder. So what was your response to?
They're obviously desperate. You know, you can see by Frank Warren's interview the other day after about 8 bottles of Sauvignon Blanc, his head had fallen off, and they're desperate to deliver a fight for Tyson Fury. But everyone's been. I think the Deontay Wilder fight. I think Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder is bigger than Usyk against Tyson Fury as a fight.
Is it bigger than Fury Joshua?
No, I think Fury Joshua is a massive fight. I think Joshua against Wilder has bigger global appeal, is the truth. Hard to argue, especially UK, US, two of the biggest markets. I think Joshua Fury, you know, you can't argue that it's the biggest fight for the UK. But all these fights are fights people want to see. You know, and surely you can't say AJ is sort of shying away from big challenges if he's going to fight Deontay Wilder. You know, so everyone has opinions as to style, like what style is easier for, not easier, but what style suits Anthony Joshua more. A lot of people have said Anthony Joshua would never fight Deontay Wilder. You know, so I can't, you know, it's the best fighting the best. It's what we want to see. And whoever comes in that circle and comes together, surely Fury should be focused on wanting to fight Alexander Usyk for the undisputed. You know, but I don't believe he really wants that fight.
Frank, would you, if it's a big if, but if Wilder was to beat Anthony Joshua and knock him out, would you say the Fury fight with Anthony's gone forever then?
No, like I still think all these fights, win, lose or draw, if you're willing to take the toughest test, I think all these fights can still be there. You know, and I think people are interested in seeing all of these fights. And, you know, there's so much pressure on taking losses. Anthony Joshua's never shied away. You know, the Usyk fight, people thought he was going to vacate his belts. He didn't, and he went straight back in there for the rematch. And he gave pound for pound one of the best fighters in the sport in Alexander Usyk. You know, a decent fight in both fights, and improved in the second fight as well. You know, and there's no, you know, you can't lose any pride in going in against the best. So I still believe that the big fights can be delivered win, lose or draw, because people want to see them.
What's the response been from Dillion's team about the August offer?
Eddie's talking to them at the minute. You know, we need to work through that, work through their response. Hopefully we can get a deal done. It's a great fight. It's a big fight. Work to be done though, obviously. You know, it's not done yet.
Are you talking to other teams as well about August?
Yeah, there's other names as well being looked at. So let's see. As we said, you know, when this came out about the Fury Joshua stuff not happening, nothing's done yet. You know, there's so much talk. Let's just go away and all try and make things happen rather than keep talking about it and, you know, sort of losing our tempers. Because I think it's a positive way to work is if we all just work in the background and try and make it happen rather than going at each other, because it's not going to help big fights happen.
Just to clarify then, like that fight with Fury Joshua for September the 2nd, I think was touted. That's not, from your side, that's not dead.
I don't think anything's dead yet. You know, I think all conversations are possible, but the focus for Anthony Joshua is August and December. Okay. As everyone said, it's always been the focus back to, you know, a month or two ago. That's what we've been working towards. But nothing's dead. Nothing is dead in this sport until we get to the point where something's announced. But I think, again, going back to it, rather than keep talking about things, let's all just go and do our jobs and see if we can deliver it, because that, again, has been detrimental to the delivery of these big fights.
Do you want to sign us out?
Thanks very much. Keep watching. Stay calm.
Stay calm?
Yeah.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,